So it's the beginning of allergy season and I'm starting to feel my normal symptoms of a scratchy, itchy throat and an itchy nose. Want to find out how I control my symptoms naturally? Keep watching to find out. If you're new here, hi, I'm Amanda Malacheski, functional health coach and digestive and allergy detective. If you'd like to hear regular digestive and allergy tips and tricks and ways that I help my clients deal with their digestive and allergy challenges, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to get notified when I post a new video every Monday. So I live in a 50-acre hay field, and every spring, about this time of year when the grass starts to bloom, I start to get a lot of itchy throat, itchy nose, sneezing, watering eyes, kind of hay fever symptoms. No fun. But if I use over-the-counter or prescription antihistamines, I get an increase in anxiety and other mental health symptoms, so I can't use them. So I'm going to share my 7 allergy relief tips that I use to help control my symptoms during this very long, it seems long, allergy season, and I want to share them with you. And using these techniques, I generally can control my symptoms and keep myself pretty comfortable. So let's dive in. So at the root cause, allergies are usually a signal that the digestive system is in need of repair and healing. And that's certainly the case for me. Those of you who've been watching for a while know that I have food sensitivities and probably a leaky gut. But while you're working on that long game of repair, we need something for symptom relief while we're getting through that part. And there's 2 approaches that I use for natural symptom relief from allergies. One is reducing exposure, and the other is supporting the body through the reactions that it's having. So I'm going to share a couple of both. So tip number 1 is to keep your house super clean. I think this goes without saying, but you want to do your vacuuming with a HEPA certified vacuum so that the dust can't come back out of the vacuum. You want to dust with a moist cloth or a sponge to really pick up that dust and wash it down the drain. And an indoor air filter may also help with this problem as well. Particularly in the bedroom would be the place I would put it. And the other thing to think about is your car. When you go to one of those 1-hour oil change places, they often change the cabin air filter. So this is a great idea and a great time of year to go take care of that and get a new air filter for your car. Tip 3 is to use a mask or some other kind of fabric filter to cover your face when you go outside. So I stole this from my husband. It's like it's a neck gaiter that's designed to cover your neck from the sun, but I wear it when I go outside for my daily walks. It looks really silly, but you know, I tuck it up under my glasses and this makes a huge difference for me. I'm gonna take that off so you can see my face again. It's just a really finely woven fabric. And so I think it really just helps capture pollen before it can get into my throat and into my nose. You could also use one of those, medical masks that might help, or you could make something like this from an old t-shirt or other fabric that you have lying around the house. Tip 3 is to reduce histamine foods or histamine liberating foods. So some foods naturally have a lot of histamine in them or help the body release histamine that's stored. And so reducing your intake of these foods during allergy season can really help manage your symptoms. If you'd like more info about this topic, you can check out my video, Histamine Intolerance and IBS. And you can also grab my histamine food list. I'll leave a link for that below, and it's also in that other video. Tip number 4 is to use natural antihistamines. And for some reason, these don't aggravate my anxiety symptoms like the over-the-counter or prescription antihistamines do. So my favorite one is quercetin, and I've got this little guy here for you to look at. This is a natural antihistamine, and I take 500 milligrams of it twice a day. That's just what works for me, but some people take a little bit more, so you could check that out. And the other one that I have just been prescribed by my naturopath is nettle tincture. So I just got this. I'm going to start trying that and see how that feels. One more natural antihistamine that you can give a try with is vitamin C. So you can just give yourself extra vitamin C and see if that helps. How have you managed your allergies naturally? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments below. Tip 5 is to make sure that you're pooping every day. So because your body is processing all these extra waste products from the histamine reactions through your stool, you want to make sure that that stuff's moving out. So if you're not pooping every day, you want to make sure that you're getting enough hydration, that you are moving every day with physical activity, and that you are avoiding any known food sensitivities that may be aggravating your gut and getting in the way. Check out my earlier video, Digestive Tips for IBS and SIBO, for a few more suggestions about how to manage constipation. In the meantime, if you're comfortable with them and you're having regular constipation, you can use plain water enemas to encourage that flow of stool through your colon. You can use these maybe 2 to 3 days a week. I've found that for me personally, the enemas really help prevent the nasal congestion and sinus pressure that can happen. And I just feel a lot better when I use them. So check that out if that sounds like it might be a good fit for you. Tip 6 is homeopathics. So homeopathic remedies, when used properly, can really make a huge difference with symptoms and sometimes even cure your whole situation. If you don't know anything about homeopathics, I encourage you to get in touch with a classical homeopath in your area, because with homeopathy, you want the right remedy, and that is the remedy that really specifically matches your very particular symptoms. I'm currently having a lot of really great success with a histamine hydrochloride, hydrochloricum remedy. This is what this looks like. It just comes in a little tube and it's these little balls with the remedy in them. And this is a 200 CK dose. This is really making a difference for me this season. And I'm also going to be trialing another remedy that's very specifically like my throat tickling symptoms. It's called Wyethia. But there's hundreds of remedies and a lot of them might be the right one for you. It's not necessarily these. But get in touch with a homeopath if that sounds interesting to you. Tip 7 is antioxidants and detox support nutrients. So your liver's doing all this extra work with the histamine because the liver processes all of that, and it may need a lot of extra nutrients to do this work. So this includes things like B vitamins, magnesium, vitamins A, C, and E, and glutathione, which are all, the last 4 are your body's really powerful antioxidants. So adding these as supplements or in the form of foods that are high in these nutrients might be really helpful for your allergies. Those are my 7 allergy support tips, and I hope you make use of them and find some blessed relief from itchy nose, itchy eyes, sneezing, and so on. And if you find that you need some support with some of these aspects, especially the histamine foods and the diet piece, I invite you to schedule a 30-minute assessment session with me. You can do that by visiting confluencenutrition.com/contact. I'll leave that link for you below. And if you're not ready to meet me yet, go ahead and grab my roadmap to gut recovery, where I map out the route to a life free of gut symptoms. You can get that by visiting confluencenutrition.com/roadmap. If you like this video, please let me know by liking it below, subscribe, and share with your fellow digestively challenged friends or families, and comment below with helpful if this video helped you. And please, 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 if you have a question that you'd like me to answer in a future video, definitely leave me a comment below and say, you know, I'd like this answered in a future video. I'd be happy to do so. Bye for now.